What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV. Tottenham 1, Crystal Palace 0 in... Look, not a great game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, it's got to be said. I think that both teams' attacking talent wasn't really on full show today, but I think the way Spurs defended makes me very happy with the way we defended, seeing as how we have been playing in recent weeks. I thought Romero was absolutely central to that. Man of the match, didn't put a foot wrong the whole game, in my opinion. I thought it was probably his best performance of the season, to be honest, Romero. But we did get that goal on the stroke of half-time with good work from Harry Kane, playing it out to Porro. Porro with a lovely cross in the box for Harry Kane. And that was kind of the only real bit of quality going forward we saw. Maybe, you saw that dink from Romero to Heung-min Son where he really should have scored. But, those two moments in the game were really the only real two high-quality moments going forward that we saw, really.
Yeah, I'm guessing in this game, considering we've conceded 20 goals or something stupid in our last 7 games, I think maybe today was more about getting back to the basics, having that defensive solidity, making sure we're not giving away stupid chances, and using our quality when we needed to. And we did have the better chances on the day. As you say, Kane with a great chance. We did hit the bar in the first half as well. And then Son had a 1-on-1, which he definitely should have scored. Palace, on the other hand, their chances were very few and far between. You had that Eze chance in the early in the second half where he probably should have done better. Apart from that, they really did struggle to create. And I think the defensive, we were very resolute defensively. I have to absolutely agree. I thought Romero led the line absolutely fantastically. I thought Davis, Longley, Emerson as well. I thought Emerson, I was really happy with his display in that right centre-back slot. I think he was comfortable there defensively. I thought Zaha was giving him trouble, but I thought he made sure Zaha wasn't able to get into the advanced positions too often. And I think it was a really strong display from him. I think Porro was a threat down that right-hand side. I thought his delivery was decent. He was getting in good positions as well.
I felt like Porro was, though, quite wasteful in that second half. He was getting in really good positions, but his product was good in the first half, but I felt it kind of diminished a bit in the second half.
Yeah, I think overall he had a good game, and I think overall he was causing Palace trouble. Again, defensively, he does struggle to make tackles and get in and get his body in between player and the ball and make sure he wins the ball. But I thought offensively, he was getting in those positions. Harry Kane was finding him many times, and I thought he was looking dangerous, to be honest. 4 key passes during the day. Pretty solid effort from him, I thought, and he got the all-important assist throughout the game. So fair play to Pedro Porro. Ben Davies, on the other hand, wasn't tasked, I think, with going forward as often. I feel like he was doing the much more defensive display, and I thought he was okay. I thought he made sure that Olise wasn't getting much joy on the right-hand side. And it was just a very solid performance from Tottenham. I felt like Mason got his changes correct when it came to the structure of the team and the defensive solidity. And I felt like it was decent. I mean, it wasn't a great Tottenham game. It wasn't a great performance, but it was one of those where we deserved the victory. It was more how we made sure that Palace weren't creating chances when we got ahead. The stats from the second half are very similar to what we saw in the first half. Again, overall, we had 0.88 XG to their 0.37, so it was a game of very few chances, but Tottenham probably shaded it and deserved the victory.
Yeah, I would say so, and I felt like Emerson Royale coming back into that defence made a real difference and added very much to that defensive solidity. I think that him, Porro and Romero on that side of the pitch were working really well together, and I think it's no surprise that we probably haven't seen a defensive performance as assured as that since Emerson has last been in the team. So credit to Emerson where it's due. He came in, stepped in admirably well in that right centre-back role, which we haven't seen him play, which he has never played before, I don't think. So really credit where credit's due for Emerson Royale. And Heung-min Son, I felt, had a strong display today, albeit very much a defensive display. He was tracking back really well, winning a number of balls, and he had the energy to hang on the shoulder as well to find that one-on-one, which Romero played a fantastic ball over the top. I mean, he really should have done better there, Sonny, but I felt it was a high-energy display from Sonny, and I thought he really impacted and gave a lot to the team today.
Yeah, I agree, and he was unfortunate that he didn't get that goal, which would have really crowned off his performance and carried on his good form. He didn't get it, but he worked really hard for the team. I don't think anyone can doubt that. And I think it was a good team display. We looked more like a team today, and maybe we have, especially off the ball, for a very, very long time. And in terms of the league position, puts us in 6th place. Obviously, Brighton still have the ascendancy with 3 games in hand, and they play Everton on Monday night at home. So you do expect them to win that game, but Everton are fighting for their lives. You never know what's going to happen. But at least it puts us back in that conversation for top 6. If we would have lost today or not won, I think it's completely dead. So at least it's still kind of alive. Unfortunately, it does also put us in a good position now for top 7, which is not what we want. But maybe it gives us something to fight for if Brighton start dropping points from now to the end of the season.
Exactly. We are now favourites to qualify for the Conference League once again. The Conference League master, Ryan Mason, at it again. But look, it wasn't the greatest game of football, but I think we just did enough just to get over the line today. Really good defensive display for most of the game. It's just attacking. I felt like the final ball just kept letting us down today, time and time again. But if we really did have that final ball on point today, we could have won this game really comfortably, in my opinion.
Yeah, but look, first clean sheet in a long time is something to be positive
Since
about.
February, yeah.
Yeah, so look, it's a long time. We're now in May. Yeah. it's pretty crazy how long we haven't kept a clean sheet for. So it's good to have that feeling of a bit of togetherness, but I'd like to see a bit more like on the ball possession based qualities. Still not there yet. We're still a bit like slow on the ball when the opposition are in their when the opposition are organised and settled. We don't seem still to have that way of breaking them down. But positive, we Porro again. A positive display from him, I thought. Romero looked really good in that central position. So look, it was okay. I'm not saying it was a great game. Like,
it was
loads
just
of
a really
positives.
solid performance. That's what it was. It was just a solid performance,
Solid
and we
game.
haven't seen Spurs be solid in so long. So I think it's welcome to see a performance like that, just because of what we've had to go through in the last 3 months. But look, we need to get better going forward as what we saw in this game, that's for sure. But in terms of being solid at the back, I think we've all been calling for us to shape up defensively for a while now, and we did that today. And Mason made the right changes at the back to let us do that. So you've got to give credit to everyone involved today. We should have won the game by a bigger margin, to be honest, but we take away 3 points and a clean sheet. So not much to complain about today. We are sitting in 6th in the league, but we'll see how that rambles on with Brighton having a few games in hand. But that is our instant match reaction, 1-0 against Crystal Palace. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on.